The right of privacy? Yeah. The right of a person to go his way and live his life without being subjected to outside interference? Yeah. Publicity or other annoyances? See, invasion of privacy. Oh, see the name Budnick? Yes. hmm Now, as much as you don't want to admit that you violated my privacy, yeah, you did. And you did it without any jurisdiction of law. Now, I've asked for the custody of my sons, and your thought was, well, we're going to interfere. Ooch. We're going to publicize. Yeah. We're going to annoy him. Yeah. And that we're not going to enforce his right to not be interfered with. Yes. Now, this right of privacy to not use my name? Yes. Because you didn't have any jurisdictional law to be able to do that? Yeah. I didn't get a copy of the dissolution of marriage. I didn't get any due process when you were issuing protection orders. Well, I want you to enforce the laws. Now, this right to not have my name in the newspaper? Yes. To not be publicized. Even though you say it's my sons? Yes. You gave custody of them to my wife? Yes. Without my wife giving me any notice of court hearings. Without the jurisdictional law of the United Nations. Yeah. Without the stipulation and order being enforced. Yes. And then when I inform you of that crime, yeah, your whole thought was, well, he can't do anything. Now, I'm not wanting to live here. Yes, I want to live with my sons. Yes, and if Marilyn wants, I want her to live with me. Yeah, and I want her kids to live with us. Yes, and I want our victims' rights enforced today. Now, the thought of you having any credit? Yes. See, what happens is when you get arrested, and you're accused of a crime, yes, and I'm the victim, yeah, I remove the availability of any credit. You have a credit score of 500 or is it 350? Oh, now I'm going to want to know the actual credit reporting of every individual in this nation, all 7 million of them, inclusive of spouses. Yes, the thought, yes, that we can victimize American citizens. Now, there's what's known as factoring. Yes. That would be all your home offices and any debt that you've had issued to be able to do business. Oh, and then the actual credit, yes, of those that had unsecured credit. Oh, see, when you issue a dissolution of marriage where you stuck me with $180,000 of unsecured debt, the thought was I'd run out and get a job. Pooh! But I didn't. Then you wanted to say that I was a mentally ill homeless man. Yes. For knowing that my rights were being violated. Yes. Because I didn't get any notice of court hearings. And you wanted to do all of this. Yes. Because my wife is in the family. See, anytime you use forgery. Yes. Fraud. Violating of civil rights. Yes. You are personally liable. Now, I'm not mentally ill for knowing what you've done. And I've been wanting to sue you. Yes. And your answer to your problems was to obstruct my right to use the courts of the United States. Now, Sheriff, I'd like you to remove the fraud of the protection order. Yes. The fraud of the dissolution of marriage. Yes. And I'd like to have in my custody my sons. Yes. So you no longer publicize my name. Because I never gave any parental consent for them to play football. Now, for the Brennan and Quilcene school districts, yes, that said, well, he was in Jefferson County. I provided a link to the evidence that I was not. Yes. Now, why don't we go ahead and enforce the right of privacy? Yes. So that I can live my life, yes, knowing that I am not going to be contacted by any oath of office. Yes. I'm not going to be contacted by any person in law enforcement. And there will not be any attorney contacting me about any of this unless I contact them. Now, the thought, yes, it does. is the oath of office of the attorney? Could you get me each of those in the bar association? Could you get me the oath of admission? Yes, of each and every attorney that has been admitted, yeah, to practice law in every Supreme Court of the United States of America. And then I want their credit reports. Oh, let's go ahead. Because the truth of the matter is, yes, I'm going to be the credit reporting agency of this great nation. And when I get done suing right now,